Hello Hornets, I'm going to be your host for tonight. My name is Yuri Arias and welcome back to our third episode of Tales from the Hive. This episode's theme is People of Novato High, and please join us in welcoming our people from Novato High.
My name is Michelle Cortez, Miss Cortez, and my role right now is a little complicated. I'm actually the interim co-principal, and I'm the director of MSA. The big picture is I kind of hold the vision of what our specialized program does and serves, and I help us evolve to be sure that we're serving the group of students that we have right now. My job is to help evolve the policies, to integrate it within the whole school program, and to be sure that our students are well taken care of. I say all the time that high school students really deserve the chance to explore their identity, purpose, and passion, and I think that MSA helps kids try something on and see if it fits, and also kind of learn the soft skills of what arts can do for people without even necessarily going into the arts. Part of my MSA role is to be sure that kids are well taken care of in their academic classes and behavior and attendance and all those other things. That's what I love about MSA, is really noticing kind of what we're doing well and being asset-based, and then also things that we could improve. I think I do a good job of working with others to come up with a solution, and also kind of naming and branding it in a way that makes it understandable so that the change doesn't feel like we're losing something, but we're gaining something and becoming better. We call ourselves MSA Thank You Very Much. I think I would have been someone who dabbled a lot and was in more than one program. So I would probably be in theater, but I do think that I would love product design, and I think I would love cinematic arts. And I also think that creative writing would have tempted me in a lot of ways, and I definitely would have done my PE through dance PE. I feel like I'm a really creative person, and I'm actually not super skilled at making movies. I'm not a super skilled singer or dancer or artist, but I do think that I take that idea of design thinking, a lot like what they do in product design, and I think outside the box to come up with solutions. I truly believe that all of us are innately creative, and that sometimes we lose touch with that from the time we were little to the time, middle school and high school. And so I want people to know that I think arts really is for all, and that you don't have to be super into something to still benefit from it and enjoy. And so I hope that more kids have an arts class in their schedule, because it's not just for some, it really is for all.
Wow, Ms. Cortez does so much for our community, and we are so glad to have her. Now let's take a glimpse into one of our Hornet families with 3 generations behind them.
Hi, my name is Xander Hansen. I'm 18 years old, and I've been attending Novato High School for 4 years, and I graduate this year. Probably my fondest memory of Novato High is probably going to Long Beach. Outside of school, I've been playing the drums since I was 11. And it's like really important to me. I am a 3rd generation Novato High student. My family has been going to Novato High since the 60s. I think without Novato High, my life would be very different. My grandpa and my grandma both went to Novato High, and so if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't exist. It's kind of shaped everything.
My name is Russ Greenfield, and I attended Novato High all 4 years from 1963 and 64 to 1967. My fondest memory was probably taking shop classes, especially wood shop. The one thing we had back in high school was great music going on. When I started school in 63, 64, it was like Elvis Presley, and greasing your hair was the cool thing. By the time I was a sophomore, Surf's Up and the Beach Boys hit the scene. All started wearing bleeding Madre shirts and trying to be as much like surfers as possible. The English invasion had fully impacted the United States. Miraculously, I was a senior, and the Grateful Dead and the Jefferson Airplane and all the San Francisco rock scene, being a hippie, had fully come around, and again, change your clothes.
My maiden name is Sonia Greenfield, and my married name now is Sonia Baker. I'm 49, and I went to Novato High 89 and 90. My fondest memory of Novato High must be the art class that I was in, I guess, and the friends that I made there. I would leave campus for lunch. I'd probably either go to Round Table, if I could get a ride with somebody, in the back of their truck without seatbelts, or just the gas station down the road where the Loop is now. I think it's changed mostly with just the people. The people have changed. It's a lot more creative culturally and open-minded. When I think back on high school, I feel like I didn't fit in at all, and it was so cliquey that I didn't know what group to hang out with. Do I hang out with the people that just wear all black, or do I hang out with the rockers that smoke cigarettes on the corner, or where do I go? Because I didn't fit in, and I feel like now there's more places where people can just go and be and not worry about those things.
After I graduate Novato High, I think I want to be the first person in my family to graduate college. And after that, well, I want to go to college for film and hopefully be in the industry.
I was one of those kids that would show up to class and sit in the back of the class and do as little as possible to get through school. And my advice is, my loving wife's father used to say, if you can't get out of it, get into it. My advice is to do your work and study hard in high school, and it opens doors for you that you may not care about while you're in high school, but you certainly may care about it more once you're out of high school.
One piece of advice for students attending now, I think it seems so much different, but it was more cliquey when I was in school. And I would say, go to class, try to focus on yourself, do good, get good grades, challenge yourself.
For freshmen coming in, I'd say savor it. Going into high school, you think that, like, oh, 4 years, this is gonna like you know, it's gonna be forever, but it's not.
Well, my name is Shanti Wilson, and I am a photographer. I wanted to be a photographer because I like capturing things. I like remembering moments. My first job, I was a PA for a commercial photographer in San Francisco, in the Soma district, and it was amazing. It was a great job. I learned how to use equipment and how to set up for photo shoots. I learned how to help manage the talent coming in for the photo shoot. It was a great opportunity to learn about how to produce a commercial photograph. Well, I mean, I think being a photographer and taking a photo is different for everyone. For me, I really like to focus on light. I like how light is a character in the story, how you know, playing around with the extremes of a very bright photo, and playing around with the extremes of, you know, the dark rich colors and not being afraid to go dark. I think for a long time I always really kind of focused on making everything bright, and have recently really been leaning into the shadows and the richness of colors. My favorite types of photos to take are portraits, specifically candid portraits. I really like a portrait to be authentic and to really capture the subject's personality. One of my favorite things to do is to just get the subject relaxed and laughing and talking and taking way too many images, but usually if I'm taking 20 images, there's 2 or 3 that the subject lets their guard down, and it's a very authentic, natural look. Anything that has the word just in the opening sentence is a little bothersome. I rise above it, but it can be devaluing to the hard work that goes into it. So it's just one photo, but one photo is all of my years of experience, it's all of my camera gear, it's all of my lighting gear, it's all of the time that I spend editing it and thinking about it. So that's something that I don't necessarily love. Get a camera, start taking pictures. Take 1,000 pictures, take as many pictures as you can. Look at books of photography, really kind of just immerse yourself in all the different styles and things that are out there. Learn light, learn your camera, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be the best camera. Gear is gear. Just start with something, figure out your voice, figure out what you like to do, and study it, and have fun.
Wow, that was so great. Next, we're going to hear from some of our fellow students and their paths in finding jobs in the community.
Hi, I'm Gabby Ayala.
My name's Paloma Hatch. I want to get this job so I can have some experience in the workforce, so for later jobs.
My ideal job is probably somewhere that has like a good environment with friendly people that I can work with. Yeah.
Mostly I'd want to be like a waitress, but I'm also applying for everything, so. The job search has been going bad. I haven't gotten many replies and it doesn't really work with my schedule most of the times that I do get a job.
Yeah, honestly, the job search is pretty hard sometimes because I've applied to a few jobs and they haven't gotten back to me, but it is what it is.
My plans for the future are college and after that, a job.
My future plans are to go to college, so I'd like to use this job to like teach me some responsibilities for that, and so I can save up some money for college.
And lastly, let's take a little glimpse into the counselors that help run our school.
My own experience in high school, I wanted to be a business major, and I did. That was my first career. I went to University of Nebraska at Lincoln, got a business degree. It wasn't until I was 36 years old that on a whim I went back to graduate school, and I was living across the street from Loyola Marymount, and that's where I applied to go get a graduate degree in it. So that's how I became a counselor. My own high school experience, yeah, it wasn't even on my radar.
So I went to Los Gatos High School in Los Gatos, California. I don't know if you know where that is, but and then I went to University of Oregon for my undergrad. For my master's degree, I went to San Francisco State.
Just seeing kids happy during the school day, getting them to set goals for themselves and go after their own dreams. And I get so much diversity all day long. All kinds of kids, all kinds of issues, go in all kinds of places, and it makes for a super rewarding day every day, no matter what day it is. So it's rare for me to have a bad day.
I think it's mostly just like developing relationships with students, and everyone's so unique, and just like learning about their backgrounds and you know, what they struggle with, their things that they're good at, and also like finding their strengths, because I think that's what helped me when I saw that psychologist, is she kind of helped me dig deep to find what I was good at. And so I feel like I like to do that with other students who are maybe struggling to find what their own strengths are.
I feel like really listening to them is a key. Letting them know that I really do care, and I want to know what's going on in their day and how can I help them make it better.
I think I like to get to know them just in like their interests and things that they do outside of school. I think that's a good way to also remember the students, because it can be hard if it's just the student coming in to ask about scheduling, or, you know, it's like I really like to get to know them and who they are and what they like to do.
The same kind of challenges that we all are challenged with every day, right? You know, life isn't perfect, it isn't easy, it can be complicated and stressful, and, you know, with lots of work, lots of kids, lots of issues, you know, all kinds of layered issues as life evolves, right? Anything from, you know, the political unknown that's in front of us now to breaking my ankle, which happened a couple weeks ago. So it's funny how life is just this roller coaster that we all are on, and you know, learning how to drive your roller coaster cart is a skill.
There are like systems that are not great that have been in place in education for a long time that aren't perfect, and that can be really frustrating.
And that's a wrap on our third episode of Tales from the Hive. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a great one.